So the final round of the 2014 Maxxis British Drift Championship at a brand new circuit here at Anglesey.
Yep, fastest circuit of the year, so we've got speed, we've got a wall, and we've got smoke.
So the last BDC action we had was at Silverstone Race Circuit with only the Super Pros competing. Let's have a quick recap of what happened last round. Joe, obviously we're here at Anglesey and it's a new track for pretty much everyone, but you're a local boy and you know it quite well, don't you?
Yeah, it's a fantastic track here at Anglesey. We haven't ridden it in this configuration before, it's reverse, so it's going to be pretty exciting. So having been here before isn't going to be too much of an advantage.
But I've heard the entry speeds are ridiculously fast.
Yeah, for me in this it's literally flat out top of third gear, so you must be like over 80, 90 miles an hour, maybe even more. I think on the speed going mid-corner we're at 80 miles an hour around here. So it's pretty fast, and you're coming up against the pit wall. It's exciting stuff.
Yeah, talking about that wall, I mean, we've already seen some casualties already go through qualifying and practice. I mean, what is it like going right up close to that wall?
Yeah, it's fantastic, especially when you flick a bit of dirt, make a bit of excitement. It's awesome, and like the best part's when you come in facing the wall. Fantastic.
Having spoken to some of our drivers, let's see how they got on in the semi-pro class qualification. Jack Symes took the top spot with 82.5, Michael Jankovic in 77.5 in second, and Fraser Stark in third.
Here with Dan Hall, top qualifier in pro class here at the British Drift Championship. How do you feel, Dan?
I feel good, yeah. Very happy about the result. Got to about 7th and didn't think I'd done it, to be honest. I thought I'd done all right, and then as soon as I said number 1, yeah, just over the moon.
Yeah, obviously your whole team was obviously absolutely ecstatic for you,
yeah.
Including the missus, which is your main sponsor for the car, I believe.
Yeah, sponsored by the missus, yeah. Oh yeah.
And how are you feeling for the battles?
Good, yeah, really looking forward to it, and fingers crossed to come away with a trophy tonight.
So the pro qualification class looks like this. In third place, Reese Gamble with 86 points, Dan for Major in second place with 88, and in first place, Daniel Hall doing his sponsors proud with 91 points.
Here with Wayne Keeble with his awesome Sora, sponsored by Steelmate. How's today going? Or obviously how's qualifying yesterday?
Qualifying, I struggled with the track if I'm honest, but qualified better than I thought. So
yeah.
Happy with it. Just the track, just getting from clip 3 to clip 4 is quite long and straight.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit more power would have helped, but
yeah,
did the best I could.
How are you feeling for your battles today in top 32?
I'm looking forward to it. I battled with Joe at Teesside and had a car failure, so I'm out for revenge this time.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
Super Pro qualification looks like this. Third place was Matt Carter from Team Falcon with 90 points. Second place, Jack Shanahan with 91 in the Team Aero Kit car. And Shane O'Sullivan in first place with 91.5.
So as you can see, some great weather here at Anglesey. I'm going to pass you over to Matt for this round's tech feature.
Thanks, Corin. So, as you know, if you are into drifting and you know a bit of the details, we do like a bit of power and we do like a lot of grip. But we have two drivers here, not bothered about power, and they will quite happily mix it up with the big boys. I'll go first here to Mr. Dan Firminger in his little Volvo. How you doing, Dan?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad. So we've got, obviously you've squeezed in a little V8 here. It's not the common engine that you see in the Volvo, is it?
No, not at all. It's, to my knowledge, the first 1UZ V8 that's been put in a Volvo.
And power?
It's 246 brake horsepower with a 50 shot of nitrous. the car's not as fast in the Super Pros, of course, like with their 1,800 horsepower.
Yeah.
I can't really keep up with that, but I mean, we do our best. But yeah, next year it should be a bit quicker.
Yeah. You're more than happy though to get on that door.
Oh, of course.
Keep the foot to the floor.
Of course. It's all about having fun, making sure the crowd are on their feet enjoying it. So that's what, I like to do that. I like to please people.
Awesome. It's great to see you out there, and can't wait to see you mixing up with the rest later on.
Yeah, it'll be good fun.
And we've got Willie Rose in his little BMW. Kept with the BMW lump, but again, not the usual engine you'd see in a compact. BM3 engine you got in there, is it?
Yeah, that's an engine actually one of my friends gave to me to use for this season. That engine should have about 300, maybe just more than 300.
So again, a lot of the guys out there got double the amount of
double the
horsepower
power,
you
yeah.
have.
Yep.
And how are you finding the track?
The track's very demanding, especially for a low-powered car. It's literally 4th gear flat to the floor, and hope you make it.
Excellent. Well, looking forward to seeing you out there again, and good luck today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
After 5 rounds, we come to the final event for the British Drift Championship here at Anglesey, a new circuit for all the drivers. It is our 3rd and 4th place battle in the semi-pro class. We see Ben Rowland and Chris Hawker fighting for that final step. Ben Rowland with a healthy lead into that first corner. Chris Hawker trailing behind there in the purple S14. So Ben is going to just navigate that BMW now. And well, there you go. Chris Hawker throws it onto the track, making a huge error, leaving Ben Rowland just to cruise to the end and across the finish line to gain a healthy advantage on that first run. So the guys switch it around. Chris Hawker becomes the lead car as they throw it into this first corner. Ben Rowland with some good proximity, but making a mistake, dropping back. Chris Hawker, though, making that huge error in the first one. Ben Rowland just needs to keep it on the circuit to continue to keep that advantage and go through to take the 3rd spot on the podium. After 5 rounds, it comes down to this. Our final, it is Callum Craddy going up against Matthew Denham. Matthew Denham in the lead car in the S13. Callum Craddy's chasing him well in the Learn to Drift S14. But Matt Denham putting in a nice run, and Callum making a mistake there, running wide on that final corner, off clip, and the judges will mark him down heavily for that mistake. The guys head back round to the first corner, past the pace cone, firing it into that first corner. Callum Craddy with a great flick, the bumper hanging off there, perhaps from an earlier battle. But Matt Denham just needs to keep it nice and sweet, within a reasonable proximity, to keep the advantage from the first one and perhaps go on to take the top spot here at Anglesey and the final event. And Matthew Denham did indeed do that, scoring 28 points here at the final round, taking first place. Callum Craddy in second and Ben Rowland in third in the little BMW.
Champion.
I know, I've won it, can't believe it.
How do you feel?
Chuffed with it, mega
Yeah.
chuffed. I've at the moment, yeah. Bring on next year.
What's the plan for next year? Or
New car, new engine, secrets, not coming out yet,
Yeah.
Been brilliant with sponsors this year, couldn't have done it without them. Last competition clutch, been amazing.
A huge congratulations to our semi-pro champion. Pushing hard all year, Matt Stevenson pushed it to the top with a healthy lead, scoring 82 points and taking the trophy home. Moving into our pro class, these guys taking it up another level here at Anglesey Race Circuit. The speeds have increased and we're straight into our semi-finals. We see Marcin Mucha in the Toyota Supra as the chase car, and Driftworks Richard Grindrod in his V8 powered BMW, the lead car. Richard Grindrod's been driving fantastic all day and he's putting in a great run here too, having pulled a healthy gap from Marcin Mucha. Marcin's trying to close that up on the final corner, but unfortunately I suspect the judges will be giving that advantage to Richard on that lead run. So it comes down to this second run. Marcin Mucha becomes the lead car. Richard Grindrod, what can he do? Everything to play for, and he's getting up really close to Marcin Mucha through that first corner as they transition past that wall, which is very close to where the drivers are drifting. And Marcin Mucha is putting in a nice tidy run, but Richard Grindrod, good proximity, and I suspect will move through into the final. Our next semi-final sees William Rose in the small BMW Compact chasing Dan Hall, who was top qualifier. Daniel Hall in the R32 putting in a good run and making a big correction though. William Rose is going to use that to his advantage, just backing off a little bit. Daniel has been suffering from engine problems throughout the day and is trying everything he can to wring the neck of the R32 at this final round. So perhaps a small advantage there due to those problems. We'll have to wait and see, but Daniel Hall's not going to go down without a fight. He's going to be chasing William Rose really hard now, but William in the little BMW nice and quick through that first section on the clipping points where the judges are looking for. Nice line, and Daniel Hall again making a correction and straightening there. So could his day be over, or is he just trying to preserve the life in that engine in order to be able to try and gain a place, maybe third place on the podium here at this final event? The sun is absolutely beaming down here on the crowd, who have got the best view in the house stood on that pit wall right where the guys are drifting. Daniel Hall has perhaps tried to preserve the engine in order to go up against Marcin Mucha in this third place battle, and backing off there, Marcin Mucha is just going to drift round Daniel Hall. This could be an easy win for Marcin Mucha. He could be securing himself that third place on the podium already. We'll have to wait and see what Daniel Hall does. Is he going to make his way back round? And no, Daniel Hall leaves the circuit, retiring that car, and as a result it seems it'll be an easy decision for the judges, and I suspect Marcin Mucha will go through. And he did indeed. So it's down to our final after 5 events. These guys are doing battle. It's 2 BMWs here in the British Drift Championship. Richard Grindrod, the lead car, William Rose in the little compact, putting in a very aggressive chase run, but not being able to keep up with that extra power and grunt that Richard Grindrod has in the Driftworks BMW, as he just pulls a nice lead as he crosses the finish line on that first run. So straight now into our second battle. Richard Grindrod will have a healthy advantage, and Richard Grindrod's almost in the door there of William Rose. William Rose not phased though, keeping his foot pinned as he transitions into this long section before this final corner, and Richard Grindrod's still there. William Rose is going to be doing everything he can, but what a run from Richard as they cross the finish line. I think that might be quite an easy one for the judges. You can see Richard Grindrod absolutely on it, completely gelling with the car, and well, William Rose I'm sure will be quite happy with the run that he put in. Let's see the results. And I can indeed tell you, Richard Grindrod in the Driftworks BMW took the first place on the podium, William Rose second, and Marcin Mucha taking that third step.
We had a few troubles through the year with the car, but obviously we've ironed all them out. Obviously we won at Lyddon and then we've won today, so hopefully it continues next year.
Super Pro next year?
Yes, definitely.
Excellent. Good luck next year. Thank you very much.
Cheers,
well
man. Thank you.
Well, it was indeed a fantastic year for Richard Grindrod, winning the Pro Class and being crowned champion. A great result for him and his team Driftworks. Time for our main event, the Super Pro Class. The elite drifters of Europe doing battle in the final round here at Anglesey. As we've said, a new circuit for all drivers, and we're going to see already crowned champion Shane O'Sullivan in the Team Jack Speed S15 going up against Mark Huxley in the RA28 Celica. As you can see, Mark Huxley with a huge straight in there and a big error, which I suspect will allow Shane O'Sullivan to take an advantage from this first run. The guys switch it around. Mark Huxley with the SR20 powered Toyota Celica is going to be foot to the metal with Shane O'Sullivan powering behind, and he drops a wheel, Mark Huxley, and it sent him off the track. Mark Huxley is not going to recover from dropping that wheel off, giving the result to Shane O'Sullivan. a great shame, as Mark Huxley, having built that retro car, really getting to grips with it at the end of the year. As you can see, as soon as Mark Huxley dropped that wheel off the circuit, he was not going to be able to claw that one back as it flicked round the other way and sent him onto the grass. Into our next top 16 battle, we're going to see Wayne Keeber in the Steelmate Toyota Sora as the chase car, chasing Jack Shanahan, a 15-year-old driver in the Team Aero Kit S14A. Jack Shanahan, though, no stranger to the podium. He got first place at Liddon Hill earlier in the year, and he is putting in a great run here at Anglesey. So a good run from both drivers on the first run. It's going to come down to this one. The judges will be looking for the smallest of mistakes, and Wayne Keeber is absolutely nailing that Sora around that first corner. Jack Shanahan is going to do everything he can to try and close the gap. Jack Shanahan put in a flawless first run though, and he may take that advantage and move through into the next round. So our top 8 battle goes Paul Smith versus Matt Carter. Matt Carter flicks in with huge angle in the Falcon R32. Paul Smith chased him well, but then completely offline now into this final section. Matt Carter is going to gain an advantage for that, but Paul keeping that close proximity in the hope of not losing too many points. But a little mistake at the end there would, I suspect, see Matt Carter with an advantage into this next battle. So Paul Smith throws it into that first corner. Matt Carter chasing with fantastic proximity. Certainly a favourite for Matt Carter is getting up close and personal to these drivers during these battles, and he is doing just that with this run as they go through that final corner. Both drivers on clip. I suspect that it may go down to that first run and that advantage to Matt Carter. So Jack Shanahan did move through into the top 8, and he sees Gary Dunn, a fellow Irish driver, competing over here in the British Drift Championship. Both drivers putting in a good run so far, but Gary Dunn flicking a wheel off the circuit is going to be penalised massively by the judges. He's lost a lot of ground now to Jack Shanahan, who's just smoking those Nexen tyres across that finish line. Second battle now, they make their way round that first corner, past the pace cone, flicking it into the first corner. Gary Dunn with a great initiation, but Jack Shanahan using his talent behind the wheel of that S14 to keep up nice and close to Gary Dunn. But he doesn't want to get too close, as he knows he's already got an advantage from that big mistake made by Gary. He just needs to keep it clean, and he'll make his way through into the semi-final. So some good runs from these drivers so far. Next up, we do see Jack Shanahan going up against Driftworks' Richard Grimerod. Richard Grimerod's been driving fantastic in the Pro class, eligible to qualify in the Super Pro class. He managed to score highly, making it into these battles. And you can see a fantastic run from Richard Grimerod, loving the proximity from this driver today. Jack Shanahan is going to have his work cut out in the second battle now as the chase car. Richard Grimerod using this V8 power now to slingshot into that first corner. Jack nice and close, but Richard Grimerod putting in a flawless run so far with a fantastic initiation. Jack Shanahan getting up nice and close. This could be anyone's, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to find out what the judges' take on that is as we move on to our next battle. So our next semi-final sees Matt Carter going up against Shane O'Sullivan. So Shane O'Sullivan trying to smoke those Maxxis tyres, using it as a smoke screen against Matt Carter, but Matt Carter so close to Shane O'Sullivan, he's on the rear quarter, and you can see exactly where he's going with a nice chase run. It's going to come down to the second run for these guys. So Matt Carter now driving ever so well here at round 6. Flicks into that first corner. Shane O'Sullivan is absolutely on the quarter, but is he back? And he's dirt, he's off the circuit. Shane O'Sullivan pushing so hard, the pressure of wanting that top spot on the podium, a place in that final, and is losing a lot of ground as a result of that mistake. 4 wheels off the circuit will mean a 0, and Matt Carter will make it through into the final. So let's just see what went wrong there. Shane O'Sullivan pushing so hard, having to dial more angle to avoid a collision with Matt Carter, throws it into the dirt in spectacular fashion. and Matt Carter knew that he had that one in the bag. So our battle for third place on the podium will see Shane O'Sullivan and Richard Grindrod. And Richard Grindrod, absolutely epic twin drifting on the rear quarter of Shane O'Sullivan. Richard Grindrod powering that V8 powered Driftworks BMW to its potential here at Anglesey Circuit. Shane O'Sullivan is not going to know what he's in store for in his second run. So Shane O'Sullivan is going to have to be very aggressive with his chase run to match that of Richard Grindrod in that first battle. And it looks to me like Richard Grindrod's pulling a little bit of a lead from there, the Maxxis driver, Team Jack Speed driver Shane O'Sullivan. Shane O'Sullivan again pushing hard, spinning out and throwing it away. That looks to me like Richard Grindrod has just secured his first podium finish in the Super Pro class. So straight into our final with some epic driving so far. This could be anybody's. Jack Shanahan flicks in, Matt Carter chasing him well, absolutely on the door. Jack Shanahan is putting in a flawless run on all the clips, but Matt Carter is just there. Jack cannot shake him off, and what an absolutely fantastic run. I'm sure the judges will be jumping around in their judges box as they get to see this second run. So Matt Carter now has the lead run. Jack Shanahan though leaving a little bit of a gap there, which is going to see him penalised, I would suspect, by the judges. We saw how close Matt Carter got, and he will be gaining advantage in that first run. I can't see Jack Shanahan winning this one, but an absolute epic battle from both these drivers. And can Matt Carter take the podium finish? He can indeed. First place for Team Falcon, Matt Carter. Fantastic battling from Jack Shanahan in the Team Aerokit S14. But Richard Grindrod, third place in the Super Pro class.
I'm over the moon, couldn't be happier. I mean, end of season on the podium, first place, brilliant. Yeah, I seem to have gelled really well towards the end with the car, so hopefully next season we can just improve on it and be bigger and stronger next year even more.
I'm absolutely delighted. It was a long road. It's very tough. I mean, everyone out there these days is just driving on form. It's all down to the team, the tyres, everyone pulled together and pulled it out of the bag in the end.
A huge congratulations goes out to Team Jack Speed Shane O'Sullivan, crowned Super Pro champion thanks to his consistent driving and consistent podium finishes. It was that consistent driving that saw him and his Team Jack Speed teammates take the Constructors' Championship for 2014.
Well, another great season and another 3 champions.
That's it, and we couldn't have asked for a better show here at Anglesey Circuit.
Yeah, but that's all we've got time for. So in the meantime, go hard or go home.
Ha ha ha!